We would like to welcome our guest to our educational panel for today's interview. Welcome to our educational
Thank you
panel.
very much.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Saito Takashi from Japan. I stay almost 2 years in Erbil, and I'm working in IVY Japanese Humanitarian Organization, and we are supporting education in here. And I'm country representative in IVY Iraq office.
Thank you. What's your feeling of supporting the education in our country, in Kurdistan, especially?
So yeah, I'm so happy to support education Christian here because many people are suffering from lack of support, and there's something what we can do as a Japan organization. Like most of Japanese people want to support generally in education in Iraq and all over the world, and we are so glad to be a part of that.
So, do you think which part of our education in Kurdistan need more improvement or enhancing?
I think for my side, I have 2 points. First is the material side, because now many people suffering from lack of this culture, lack of classroom. This material is something that we can do as something we can solve by money. This is one of the biggest issue. But for me, the point I want to emphasize is that soft skill of teachers. Somehow the quality of education, this is what we need to focus more. Teacher can improve their skill more, to provide good environment. Sometimes a teacher tries to order everything, only teaching in one way from teacher to student. Sometimes kind of active conversation between them, some education methodology which will encourage the student motivation by teachers. This methodology is very important for students to acquire the skill for the future to survive in this difficult situation. This is, I think, the biggest point here.
Okay, as I know, I heard that there is a kind of the school in Baghdad related to your organization. Mm-hmm. Is there any future plan or long-term plan to open same school in Kurdistan, in Erbil?
Honestly, that school is not so related to us. Somehow we are collaborating together as a project. Somehow what we are trying to do is to implement Japanese modern educational methodology in some Kurdistan school here. So I think this is the first step what we can do here, because some Japanese methodology is very useful in context in Kurdistan. So maybe in the future, maybe some people want to open Japanese school, I don't know, but if we can open Japanese school, this is also very good as a Japanese here.
So the impact of the Japanese assistant in Erbil, it's clear actually, because we saw many collaborations with the Japanese embassy and also with the Japanese government, not just in the education sector, even in the other sectors in Kurdistan actually. And according to your information and in your perspective, training the teachers is enough for supporting, or we need more kind of the support from the Japanese country?
First, basement is training for teachers, but I think this is not enough, because after teachers get some skill or technique or methodology from trainers, they need some support to implement what they learned in school. For example, some material also one of them, the environment, for example, AC or appropriate student number, appropriate whiteboard classroom, material, the student attitude. These things help teachers to implement exactly what they learned with most of their knowledge. So I think training is not enough, but this will be a first step for the future.
First way, yeah, you are right. What are the long-term educational goal for Kurdistan from your country? Is there a kind of the long-term? There's a short-term, like as you said, is training the teachers maybe
short-term
every summer, or let's say in the holiday time, because as you know, our teachers are busy with teaching. So it's a little bit difficult. I know you're going to face a problem. But is there any kind of the long-term goals for the Kurdistan education?
In my opinion, I think long-term goals should be something like students. Let's say the students can, create the environment. The students can study by themselves. Somehow, now, the teachers teaching students. This is one-way education. But in the long term, the teacher will be just facilitator, moderator for the class. and the students will take initiative to learning by themselves. I think this is a long-term goal, what we should achieve for the future in education here. Even this one, it's very difficult to achieve in Japan. So maybe even in Japan, in Korea, in another country, it will take long time, but this skill will be essential for them to survive in this difficult situation, because now we cannot expect anything like maybe tomorrow, maybe something happen. And we need to deal with this like situation day by day with their skill, with their thinking ability. So they are improving their thinking ability is the most important thing. But this is what we can do by student initiative learning in here.
Yeah, you are right. There's a kind of the obstacles and barriers in all countries for the education, also for the other sectors. Is there any kind of the obstacles or barriers in Kurdistan are same like in Japan? Is there anything in similar?
Yeah, I think the more or less the issue is I think almost same. Like especially for material side. Material side, this is for me another thing. I think the barrier is kind of like the awareness for education, like how people, not only like Ministry of Education, not only teachers, students, like for all the other society, somehow lack of awareness for education is like lacking even in Japan and here. Like in my opinion, many people should realize the importance of education more and more. Like without education, they cannot find jobs, they cannot work, they cannot get income. Like this importance of education, even parents, society, everyone should realize, and everyone try to support education. Not only the money support, something like awareness and encouraging. There are many ways that we can support.
Yeah. My last question: how you can explain the support in Kurdistan, the citizenship, the people in Kurdistan are supporting your assistant or not? Is there any kind of the collaboration? Are you happy
between
with the
Kurdistan and IVY?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Somehow, like what IVY can do is bring donor from Japan and have a project here. But somehow maybe we have a money, but even with money, something we cannot solve. We need support from first Kurdistan Ministry of Education for facilitate all the procedure. And even if we decide some school for support, we need initiative from teachers and school managers. Somehow, like once we have a project, it means like starting the point of our collaboration with ministry and the teachers and the school. So somehow like they are supporting for our project, and also we are supporting. I think both sides try to support each other, and we can have a much better impact on the education here.
I'm happy to hear that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for your time also. I'm glad to have our time with you here.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Nice to meet you.